Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and today we are going to be doing March's budget with me. That was hard to say. March's budget with me. I don't know why that's so hard to say for me, but that is what we are going to do today. So I have my computer off to the side here because I need to reference it for my paper, and then we'll transition to the electronic version once I'm done with the paper. So, how is everybody doing? Can we believe that it's already gonna be March? Like, what is happening? I filled out my calendar here, and this is really more just like personal, not financial. And then I purchased these weekly planning sheets from Get It Done Planner Co. on Etsy, and I love them. I'll make sure to tag her down below. So I have those kind of set up. And then we have my monthly budget. I've already pre-highlighted these. Normally I think I do that at the end, but we did it before. So there's that. Do I want to use, I'm not sure what pen I want to use. Let's see if we can do that one. And then I'm going to zoom you guys in a bit. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see how that goes. It looks blurry on my end, but maybe it won't look blurry when I come back to edit it. So let's go ahead and get started. Maybe I'll have my February to the side too. It's nice to have the February one, but it's also not accurate. That's why I wanted to have my computer here to the side so I can reference that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Let me grab my calculator. Because Lord knows I need that. It is very dirty. Things get so dusty and I'm just like, what in the world? And naturally, as a lefty, I have to slant my paper to the side. So, okay, so we are in March. Wow. And then, so for income, we have $3,705.16. 3,705.16. I need to make these columns a little bit bigger, but yeah. So for support, I'm not going to include anything in here. I'm supposed to get $160 a month, but that doesn't always happen. So we are gonna just put that off to the side and not include that here. For my HSA, we have $599 plus 36 plus. I'm getting some dental work done. I had braces when I was younger, so I have permanent retainers on my teeth, on the back of them, but my top one has fallen off. It fell off once, I replaced it, and then it fell off again, and then I got like a removable retainer, and I've lost that. So I'm like, okay, that one's done for. So I only have my bottom one left, and 2 parts of it have broken off, and I'm like, oh no. And I don't want it to come off completely. So I'm gonna get my retainer fixed, and then I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled. And if I remember correctly, it was 131 plus I think like 58. So I'm gonna need $230.99 for my HSA. Let's just say 231 as an estimate. That includes my, oh wait, it's actually 246. I have my white up this time. 246. I forgot my prescription. So under income, we have 3,705. And $3,000.16 plus $246. That's $3,951.16. And then let's go through my due dates. I'm gonna just go through them all and get the due dates in, and then I will come back. Gym for March. We have the 9th and the 23rd. So 9th and then 23rd. Phone is the 13th. Water and trash is the 20th. This is something that I could maybe like type in like I type in this, but my gym ones change, and I think like the water and trash and NIPSCO change a bit, so I don't want to do that. Car insurance is the 21st. Internet is the 23rd. Gas and electric is the 25th. Rent is just, let me get out my calendar. It's just the last day of the month, or really the last pay period that I have. But it's due on the 31st. Renter's insurance, I want to say that's like the 31st too. It's the last day of the month. We don't have that or that. And then these all stay the same. The 2nd, the 8th, 10th, 19th, 21st, and 27th. Okay, and then Jeep is the 9th. Amex is the 27th. SoFi is the 23rd. And Franciscan is the 28th. I did pay off medical debt. I think it was I can't remember if it was last month or the month before that, but I do have additional medical that has accrued. So I had to have a CT scan, and then my daughter had a doctor's appointment. So there is that. That's all the due dates. I'm going to put dental on here because I do need to include that on here. So let's get into our totals here. So gym, that's always 20 every 2 weeks. Phone is 73 always. Water and trash, I did get that bill. Let me see what that one is really fast. Okay, that is $96.93. This is always pretty in line. Last month it was $99.73, so a little bit less. Car insurance is $101. Internet is $46.05. Gas and electric, I don't know what that one is, so what was last month? Last month was higher than what I estimated, which I don't like, but I think hopefully it should be going back down since we are getting out of our winter months. $183.50. So I'm gonna just use that amount. Rent is always the same. Renter's insurance is $13.08, always the same. And then none of those. So let's go ahead and add up these. Okay, that's $1,703.56. So if we take 39.51.16 minus 17.03.56, that leaves us with $2,247.60. Okay, our subscriptions. These are always going to be the same. Disney Plus was a little bit higher because I ran out of a promotion rate that I had the prior in February, and it was $11.99 instead of $5.99, but I did get it back down to the $5.99. And then I also found out that I can take my Aura Ring subscription and take that out of my HSA. So I did start doing that as of February. So this $5.99 is coming from this HSA amount. Okay. $66.54, that's what we had last month, except like I said, it was a little bit higher on the Disney one because I wasn't aware. So let's subtract from there. Minus $66.54. That's $2,181.06. All right, we have our debts. Got my Jeep, Amex, which actually, so I need to start making a higher payment, not the minimum payment, because the minimum payment doesn't get me to meet the 0% interest rate. So instead of making $40 a month, I'm going to do $60. And then Franciscan is $36, and again, that comes out of my HSA. Let's add these up. So that is $1,215.58. Let's subtract. So that gives us 965.48, which never feels like enough. So we also have to take, so my dental was $131. I think that's what I did, plus 58. Let me see. 246 minus $14.99 minus 36 minus $5.99. So I said 189. And that's an estimate. I can't remember. And then let me get out my yearly savings and see what I need to save for March. $71. Is that right? Looks like it. So I'm always going to at least do this in savings, and if I have anything extra, then I will do that. So let me take this 965.48 minus 189 minus 71. So that leaves me with 705.48 that I can spend. So in gas, that one I'm doing doing better than I anticipate on that one. Let's see, where's my gas? I do 140, so let's keep the gas at 140. And then I did have I need to put 30 here. I feel like I need to do 20 in household. Oh, but I forgot I need to do I did the $14.99 here. Don't have any birthdays. Let's see, and then so that leaves me with 500. let's do $4.50 for groceries. I've been, this month, I think I'm really not good on groceries. I think I really went over budget a lot, which, makes me crazy. Okay, so let's see. Let's see where we're at. So we have 50 plus 140 plus 20 . Okay, so that gives us $893.99. So $965.48 minus, that's $71.49. And then we have the 71 taken out. Oh, I didn't include. I didn't include this. I have 20 that goes here. Okay, let's rewind here. Whiteout, whiteout. So I need this 91. Okay, so 965.48 minus 91. That leaves me with 478.44 minus 189 minus 299 minus the 30 minus 20 minus 450 minus 140. So let's see, I needed like 30 in eating out, which is not a lot, but I really need to cut back on this, and I need to get better with the groceries. It's just not doing good here. So 30 plus 140, 450 plus 20, okay, that's $873.99. $965.48 minus $873.99, and that's $91.49. And then so that leaves us with 49 cents. I also don't have my rollover included on here, so this number will be a little bit different. I think it's like 365, so I could add that in there if I wanted to. What is the rollover? 354, so we could do, these numbers aren't going to match, but 354 plus 403. Okay, so let me get my highlighters so I can see what bills need to come from each paycheck. And last time I did something was off. Like I didn't have my bills set to the right week, so I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, it was a mess. So, well, just a few things. I shouldn't say it was a mess because it was not a mess. Paycheck 1 is going to be the 4th through the 10th. So that's going to be our gym, Netflix, Disney, Jeep, and I think that's it. And then we have our second, which is going to be the 11th through the 17th. So we have phone. Is that it? Yep. All right. The third is going to be the 18th through the 24th. And then our last is going to be the 25th through the 31st, or through the 1st, but so it should be the rest of these, the 25th. Okay, now that we have all those highlighted, I am gonna switch gears and do screen recording. So give me one moment and I will be right back. Okay, we are back, and don't mind my appearance. I haven't gotten ready for today. I went to the gym and was doing running around and haven't showered yet, so I look a little crazy, but don't mind that. I'm just gonna be in the little corner. You should see my screen now, and let's go ahead and get everything entered in. So let's see. I always get conflicted about how to put in my information. 9/26/29 for each week. I've tried it a few different ways and I'm not sure. All right, support, like I said, I'm gonna put it in, but no, I'm not gonna put it in. Okay, so I need to do a $14.99 here. And then I need to do that $189 here, I think. Let me see. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I think it needs to go there. And then the remainder is here, which is $5.99 plus, so $41.99, and that should be good there. I'm gonna come back to my expenses because I like to add my bills in first, my bills, my debt, to see what I have left over and see how I'm gonna cash stuff for the week. So Apple storage, that is gonna be my third check, which is $9.99. Car insurance, let me get a pen because I like to check mark these off as I go. Perfect. Car insurance is the third as well, and that's a $101. Cell phone is $73, and that's the second. Paycheck, Costco. Oh, do I have that this month? I think I might have that. Actually, I think I messed up there. Let's see. Oh no, April. Just kidding. Okay, nothing in Costco. Disney Plus is the first membership. I mean, the first paycheck. That's one thing that I wish that this spreadsheet had, like, next to the bills, was the due date. So because that's kind of why I need to have this paper one. It's nice to see everything laid out, and then I break it down by week on here, but I would like to see a due date on this spreadsheet. Electric and gas. I said that was the 4th, but I actually think I'm going to take it out on the 3rd just because of the due date. It's actually due on the 25th, and that's the day I get paid. So I'm not sure if it would show up late if I paid it on that date. So I'm actually going to do the 3rd, which is $183.50. Gym, we have 20 because that's the 1st, and then the 3rd. Oh, here. And then we don't have coming anything there. HP all-in-one is the 1st, which is $13.90. Oh, and actually I forget I round these up. So this is going to be 14.6. I forgot about that. 10. Okay. Internet is a 46.05, and that is the 3rd. 46.05. Music is 12. Netflix is the 1st. Aura is the 27th, which is the last. That one I'm gonna leave out because I don't cash stuff that one anymore because it's gonna come out of my HSA. And then rent is here. Renter's insurance is here. Ring is here on the 3rd at 11, and then water and trash on the 20th, which I said this one. So that's 90. This is actually 97. I always forget about the dollar. 97.93. There's always an extra dollar that gets charged for the payment online, which I always forget, almost always. Okay, and then we have our Amex, which is here, and I said I'm gonna do 60, right? Oh no, it was the last. Oh, this one. Jeep is the 1st one. Franciscan is the last one. And then SoFi is, oh, you know what? I did Franciscan 2. And then SoFi is the 3rd one. For the 23rd? Yeah. Okay, so if we go and look up here, this is going to show me what we have left over and rollover. So let's add the 354 and then equals here. Equals here. So that gives me my 967.55, which is pretty accurate. I have this one is, it shows I have 967.55 left over. On my like paper I have 965.48. This is probably just off a bit because I added my rollover, which I didn't have it then, and then also I had to add in that dollar for the water and trash, so that's aligned. I love it. So the majority of my funds are probably going to get taken out of, we'll try to do my first and my second paycheck. That seems to be like what I like to do now, is have two. So let's come down here and figure out how we're gonna do this. For eating out, I did 30, so we'll do 15 and 15. Gas, I did 140, so we'll do 70 and 70. Groceries, I'm gonna put the majority here. So let's do 100, and then let's do 350. Oh, wrong one. That's groceries, not gifts. Household, we did 20. I'm gonna do 10 and 10. And then kids, my daughter has spring photos, so I need to order those. That's what that $30 is. I'm gonna do that there. And then wellness is $14.99. Plus $189 for the dental. I think that's where I'm gonna have the dental. Or no, I forgot. I'm actually gonna put the dental here because that's where it's coming out of. That's where I have it here. Yep. Hello, Michelle. So if I come back up here, oh, we're not done yet. So let's come down to savings. I do $5 into my SoFi savings every month for my debt to pay additional, and then my yearly savings challenge. So we have $91. Let's see what we have left over for the week. 163 and 5. So that's perfect. Let me get my book really fast because I can't remember the months, like what each one was. I know the total, but I don't know by the week. So we have 12 plus 15, so 27. We'll do 27 here. 27, Michelle, and then 44. Okay, that is that. So now if we go back up here, we should have 256 left, which I had 401, but like I said, I didn't have the 354 included. I had to add that $1. So that's super duper close to where I expect it to be. So let's hope everything stays in line. I think I may stop using my credit card. I'm not too sure, because I know with this last month I did overspend again, which stay tuned to my closeout that I'm going to do tomorrow so you can see how I overspent. I'm not exactly sure, but I looked at my February like actual and it said like a really high amount, and I'm like, I hope to the love of everything that I really did not spend that much on groceries, because I still have to adjust my spreadsheet, so it does show a little bit off. So I'm like, maybe that's just wrong, like it shouldn't be there. I think that is all that I have for you guys. We got my paper one done, electronic done, and I love it. Everything aligns as close as it can. I don't think you're ever going to be perfect because, like I said, I didn't have my rollover, and then I forgot about that $1. I always forget about the dollar. Always. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.